Hello, everyone. This presentation will be a teaser, so it will not be a complete presentation itself, but rather it will be a teaser for the today panel's discussion. And I think it's also interesting when we were discussing the topics with Olena that not many of the banks were enthusiastic about participating in the panel. So we are, trying to make you banks being more excited about interoperability and open banking today. So if you will be a little bit more enthusiastic than you were before, I think we all will be happy. Why can we talk today about interoperability and open banking? There are certain enablers to this, because we have technological advancements such as the cloud infrastructures and cloud-based solutions being more widespread and enabling also the API integrations. And just because of these technology enablers, we also have the regulatory push, just like open banking, PSD2 in Europe, but not just in Europe, worldwide. And there are also standardization initiatives, just like the ISO 20022, which is a great thing and ongoing thing. And even if, I guess, banks more like feel the pain and the burden of the transition, on the long term, I think it will be largely pay off for the whole financial community and for the whole world. I would like you to guide through just the evolution of open banking and what is happening and how it's happening. These will be very simple figures, but I think it will be very understandable why interoperability and standardization is important for banks and everyone. So we started open banking, then the open banking regulations made banks to expose their APIs and provide third-party providers with data. That was kind of a one-way relationship. It was compulsory for banks to provide some data. And obviously, not all the banks were happy about it, because one, they had to do it. On the other hand, they were also protective of their data assets. What is happening more like today is that everyone talks about ecosystems and how a bank can be part of an ecosystem. First of all, it can orchestrate an ecosystem, or it can build its own ecosystem. In this model, what happens is that the bank sits in the middle, and a lot of third-party applications are integrated with the bank, and the bank is the initiator. And when the customer logs into the banking with a single sign-on or onboarding integration, it will also have access, so the customer will also have access to all the third-party applications. If the bank is not the orchestrator, but simply a participant in the ecosystem, then this relationship can change, and the bank is integrated to other systems. Then I think we can talk about embedded finance here. This is what is happening now, but as you can see, the number of the arrows increases on the figures. But what will be the future is that everyone will be connected to everyone, and then in this way, the integrations will be numerous, or the integration needs will be numerous, and if you have to do this, or if you must do this, then the integration efforts will kill all the business cases. So this is the reason why interoperability is important, because if you work with standardized data, both with your relationships with the outside world and inside, then you have to work much less than before, and you can focus on your business instead of just doing the integrations. So that is why we think open networks and interoperability is good. I thought it would be also a good idea to bring you an example. This will be a case study from India. If you are interested in more details, just visit indiastech.org, then you can read the whole story. What is miraculous in India, that they started the journey back in 2019 with the concept of an open network and implementing standardized APIs in various layers. One is the identity layer, and that is what Václav was talking about this morning. There is a payments layer. I think the most important development there is the UPI, the Unified Payments Interface, and there is a data layer which enables other applications with standardized APIs. I won't take too much time on the use cases, but there is an account aggregator use case, and there is an open credit enablement network. The whole idea is that they have the really standardized API, they have an open network, and the results that they reach, I think these figures are really talkative. If just because they had the e-identity back in 2009, you can see that the change that would have, the time that would have been needed without this would have been like 40 plus years. And instead of that, they reached, I think, 80% bank account penetration compared to the very low base from where they started. And you can also see the statistics for UPI. This is a massive increase, and the change is really spectacular. What has taken place since 2000, even in the last 3 years, when they started to introduce more and more use cases, among others, e-invoicing in the country in various stages. So the success factors are just the use of open technology and open standard and technology, decentralization and open networks, and I think what is also important is to find the right balance between the regulation and the competition, where to cooperate and where to compete. So this would be my presentation, and looking for the panel discussion. Thank you very much.